Have you ever heard of the mysterious stories in the Bible? Miracles, symbols, and events beyond human imagination all hold mysteries that still remain unsolved today. From Moses parting the Red Sea to the legendary Holy Grail and the forgotten Garden of Eden, these secrets not only challenge faith but also shake the foundations of modern science. Are you ready to explore? These are the 8 unsolved mysteries in the Bible. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss any videos from our channel, where we bring you inspiring and profound explorations of the Bible and faith. From the dawn of humanity, when science had not yet emerged, many mysterious natural phenomena like thunder and storms were explained by belief in deities, seen as manifestations of divine intervention. Similarly, the belief that humanity was created by God became a widespread notion, even though no one has ever witnessed his presence. Today, the remarkable advancement of science and technology has enabled humanity to decode many phenomena once considered supernatural. However, there remain mysteries that cannot be explained, such as the enigmatic stories in the Bible, a religious text with profound influence in Christianity. Although scientists continue to search for evidence to confirm or refute the content of the Bible, the results obtained have yet to be entirely convincing. First, let's explore the miraculous birth of Jesus Christ. According to the Gospels of Luke and Matthew, Jesus is believed to have been born in Bethlehem around the first year of the Common Era. His father was a humble carpenter, and his mother, the Virgin Mary, is said to have conceived Jesus after a visitation from a messenger of God, while remaining pure. From a modern scientific perspective, this event seems to contradict nature. Yet for Christian believers, it stands as a powerful testament to divine power beyond human comprehension. Not only the miracle of the virgin birth, but the exact timing of Jesus' birth remains a mystery. Christmas on December 25th is not the actual birth date, but it was likely chosen to align with the Roman festival of Saturnalia, making it easier for Christianity to integrate into contemporary culture. In the Eastern Catholic branch, the celebration falls on January 7th, leading to different ways of celebrating Christmas between Eastern and Western Europe. As historian Andrew McGowan once remarked, December 25th holds more cultural and theological significance than historical basis, as it symbolizes light and rebirth during the cold winter days. The story of the birth of Jesus is not only a religious milestone, but also represents a subtle intersection of faith, culture, and history, a timeless symbol that touches the hearts of billions around the world. 2. Did Jesus truly resurrect? The event of Jesus being crucified on the cross is a sacred symbol, demonstrating his noble sacrifice to atone for the sins of humanity. According to the Bible, after enduring the agony, Jesus' body was taken down by his disciples, wrapped in linen and anointed with holy oil, and laid to rest in a new tomb donated by Joseph of Arimathea. However, just 3 days later, the tomb was found empty. The disappearance of Jesus' body sparked many theories, becoming one of the greatest mysteries of Christianity. The Bible records that Jesus appeared to his disciples after the resurrection, lasting for 40 days. During this time, he imparted precious teachings, reinforcing the belief in eternal life. The resurrection not only proves the triumph of life over death, but also serves as the foundation of the Christian faith. As St. Paul wrote, "If Christ has not been raised, our faith is futile." From a scientific perspective, this event remains a subject of ongoing debate. Archaeologists have searched for evidence in Jerusalem, which is believed to be the tomb of Jesus. Some notable findings, such as the Shroud of Turin, thought to have wrapped his body, have yet to be fully verified. Archaeologist Shimon Gibson stated, "Although there are many relics from the time of Jesus, confirming any tomb as his is beyond the scope of science." Additionally, non-biblical texts such as the Talmud and works by Tacitus or Josephus offer indirect references to the existence of Jesus, but they do not provide a definitive answer regarding the resurrection. Some modern scholars question whether the resurrection tradition might have evolved over time, becoming a symbol of hope and triumph over death rather than a historical event. The resurrection carries unique meanings. For Christians, it is the promise of redemption and eternal life. For skeptics, it serves as a lesson on the flexibility of belief in facing hardships. At present, historical science and religious faith continue to search for answers to this mystery. The resurrection of Jesus remains a question that challenges human understanding, while sparking ongoing creative debates about the intersection of religion and science. In Genesis, the Garden of Eden is depicted as a magnificent garden with 4 rivers and the tree of life, where Adam and Eve lived in peace before committing the sin of eating the forbidden fruit. However, determining the actual location of the Garden of Eden, or whether it is a real historical place, remains a controversial topic among both scientists and religious scholars. One popular theory is that the Garden of Eden may be located in the Middle East, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers flow today. However, while these rivers still exist, no archaeological evidence of the Garden of Eden has been found, leading many to question the authenticity of the story. Some scholars believe that the Garden of Eden may not be a physical location, but a symbol of perfection, representing the beginning of humanity's relationship with God. Moreover, in many ancient cultures, there are similar stories about sacred places where humans lived in harmony with nature before any decline occurred. This suggests that the story of the Garden of Eden may not just be a specific historical event, but a reflection of a universal belief in humanity's original perfection. Despite current scientific and archaeological studies, no concrete evidence has confirmed that the Garden of Eden is a real location. Nonetheless, the mystery of Eden continues to captivate interest, both as part of religious beliefs and as an enigmatic story that humanity continues to explore and decode. Fourth, the Holy Grail in the Last Supper. The mystery of the Holy Grail during Jesus' Last Supper has captivated humanity for over 2,000 years. Around the year 3033 AD, in a secret room in Jerusalem, Jesus shared a final meal with his 12 disciples before being arrested by Roman soldiers and taken to the cross. During this meal, an important object appeared, a cup of wine that Jesus used, later hidden and lost. This cup, according to Christian tradition, is known as the Holy Grail, a sacred item symbolizing the new covenant between God and humanity. The Holy Grail is not just a simple utensil in a meal, but holds a profound symbolic significance. It was through this cup that Jesus transformed wine into his holy blood, marking a pivotal event in the history of salvation. From that moment, the Holy Grail became a symbol of life, of blood, and of redemption. Throughout history, the tale of the Grail has driven both Christian believers and those in search of the mystical to relentlessly seek its whereabouts. Over the past 2,000 years, countless stories have emerged of historical figures, from knights to kings, engaging in this sacred quest. Among them, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, as well as the Knights Templar, stand out as those believed to have possessed information about the Grail's hidden location. Legends tell that whoever possesses this artifact will wield boundless power, for it is not merely a historical relic but also the key to divine power. Despite numerous searches, no one has ever definitively confirmed the existence of the Holy Grail. Although many have claimed to have found it, these claims have sparked ongoing controversy and disputes. Wars, betrayals, and even violence have erupted over the possession or protection of this artifact. Ultimately, the biggest question remains: does the Holy Grail truly exist? And if it does, is it merely a sacred item for worship, or does it conceal a secret that could change the world? Nevertheless, the mysterious stories and legends surrounding the Holy Grail continue to live on through the ages, sparking curiosity and belief in the connection between heaven and earth, the divine and humanity. To this day, the mystery of the Holy Grail remains one of the most debated and captivating stories, raising questions that remain unanswered about the power of faith. Fifth, Moses parts the Red Sea. The mystery of Moses parting the Red Sea to lead the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt is one of the most miraculous and mysterious stories in the Bible. According to the Bible, when Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, they were pursued by Pharaoh's army and cornered at the edge of the Red Sea. In a desperate moment, Moses prayed to God, and in a divine instant, God commanded him to raise his hand, causing the Red Sea to part immediately, creating a dry path for the Israelites to pass through. When the Egyptian army pursued them, the waters surged back, drowning them all. The mystery surrounding Moses parting the Red Sea has raised many questions about the authenticity and possibility of this phenomenon. Scholars and researchers have proposed various hypotheses to explain it, with some believing it to be a true miracle, demonstrating God's boundless power. However, others seek a more natural explanation. A popular hypothesis is the sea gap phenomenon, where part of the Red Sea could temporarily recede due to changes in tides or strong winds. However, none of these hypotheses can fully scientifically prove this event. The story of Moses parting the Red Sea is not just a historical event, but also carries profound spiritual messages. It symbolizes liberation and overcoming unimaginable challenges. Christian believers view this as a strong proof of God's intervention in history, showcasing his love and protection for the faithful. From an archaeological standpoint, despite efforts by researchers to find physical evidence for this event, no discovery has been convincing enough to confirm that the Red Sea truly parted as described in the Bible. Some scholars even suggest that this story might be a legend, more symbolic than a literal event. Although traces of ancient civilizations in the region and stories passed down through generations continue to evoke a mysterious image of an event that humanity cannot fully explain, this enigma still captures attention. One undeniable fact is that whether we can explain this event through scientific theories or not, the story of Moses and the Red Sea remains a powerful symbol of faith and salvation in Christianity, and has been a recurring theme in various cultures and beliefs for centuries. This mystery continues to spread widely, sparking curiosity and the desire to explore the inexplicable miracles and divine interventions in human life. 6. Why did people in the Bible live so long? The story of Adam in the book of Genesis records an interesting detail. When Adam was 130 years old, he fathered a son named Seth, who is described as like him in his image. This raises many questions, as in modern times, living past 130 years is extremely rare, not to mention the impossibility of bearing children at such an age. Could the way of counting years in ancient times be different from today's method, or is this merely a symbolic element in the Bible? Some hypotheses suggest that the concept of year in the Bible could differ from today's definition, perhaps being shorter or based on a different cycle. However, this hypothesis doesn't gain wide consensus among scholars, as the ancient Roman calendar, which had been in use prior to the time of Jesus Christ, was also used to write the biblical texts. Therefore, Adam's 130 years might be more of a mythological element or a symbolic figure than an accurate number. Additionally, some theological scholars suggest that the exceptionally long lifespans of biblical figures, like Adam or Methuselah, 969 years, might be used to emphasize their special relationship with God in the early stages of humanity. In this context, the number 130 is not just a marker of time, but also carries symbolic meaning of blessings, longevity, and endurance within God's plan. Whether viewed from a historical, scientific, or theological perspective, the story of Adam's lifespan and ability to bear children continues to stimulate imagination and contemplation. The story of Noah's Ark is one of the most famous and debated tales in the Bible. It tells of God's command to Noah to build a massive ark to save a pair of every animal species before a great flood would strike the earth. This story is seen as a test of faith and obedience for Noah. The story of the Great Flood and Noah's Ark is one of the prominent legends in the book of Genesis, chapters 6 to 9. According to tradition, God, disappointed with humanity's sins, decided to punish the world with a great flood to wipe out mankind. However, Noah, regarded as righteous and just, was warned in a dream and instructed on how to build a massive ark. The ark, measuring 150 cubits long and 25 cubits wide, with 3 levels, was designed to save Noah, his family, and pairs of animals from the disaster. While this story is symbolic, Archaeological and scientific evidence suggests that a similar event may have occurred. A study indicates that around 8,500 BC, water from the Mediterranean overflowed through the Bosphorus Strait due to rising sea levels, causing a massive flood spanning 96,560 square kilometers. This event could have inspired flood myths in ancient civilizations, including Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and Mesopotamian civilization. Geologists William Ryan and Walter Pittman suggest the story of a global flood may have originated from a specific geological event in the Black Sea region. However, details about the Ark and the gathering of all animal species on board remain symbolic and difficult to explain scientifically. Theologian Alistair McGrath observes, "The story of Noah is not just a historical account, but also a lesson in loyalty, salvation, and absolute faith in God." These myths continue to enrich the treasure trove of culture, history, and religion, while raising intriguing questions about the relationship between science and faith. Does the mystery of dinosaurs appear in the Bible? Dinosaurs, the giant reptiles that once ruled our planet about 200 million years ago, became extinct long before humans appeared. Therefore, our ancestors could not have directly witnessed the life of dinosaurs. However, details about the Ark and the gathering of all animal species on board remain symbolic and difficult to explain scientifically. Theologian Alistair McGrath observes, "The story of Noah is not just a historical account, but also a lesson in loyalty, salvation, and absolute faith in God. It eats grass like an ox, its strength is in its hips, and its belly muscles are firm. Its tail is like a cedar tree, the sinews of its thighs are tightly knit. Its bones are like tubes of bronze, its legs like iron pillars. It is the chief of God's works. Only its maker can approach it with a sword." Job 40:15-24, Modern Bible Translation. The question arises as to whether this description refers to a dinosaur, considering that when the Bible was written, humans had no knowledge of dinosaur fossils. Some scholars suggest that behemoth could have been a large animal of that time, such as a hippopotamus or an elephant. However, the description of its tail like a cedar tree does not align with the short tails of these animals, weakening this argument. Another hypothesis is that the description of behemoth may have been a product of imagination or a blend of ancient oral stories depicting gigantic creatures in nature. Interestingly, ancient people might have discovered dinosaur fossils without understanding what they were. Some of these fossils may have inspired tales in mythologies and ancient texts, including the Bible. According to paleontologist Adrienne Mayer, dinosaur fossils may have been discovered by ancient people and interpreted as gigantic creatures in their legends, the first fossil hunters. Paleontology in Greek and Roman Times, 2000. This suggests that, although the Bible's description may not refer to dinosaurs, it reflects humanity's admiration for the grandeur and power of nature. Therefore, whether such descriptions in the Bible are symbolic or linked to real animals, they still raise intriguing questions about how ancient people understood and interpreted the world around them. Thus, we have reviewed the 8 greatest mysteries in the Bible, stories that hold special allure due to their mystery and the spiritual faith they inspire. Although modern science has explained some phenomena, many things remain unresolved or controversial. Are these mysteries in the Bible historical truths, profound theological metaphors, or simply products of human imagination? The answer may vary depending on one's perspective and personal beliefs. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you trust these stories or remain skeptical? If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next exciting videos.